Okay, welcome to Chapter 2, Subjective, Objective, and Possessive Pronouns. Pronouns. A pronoun is a word that takes the place of a noun, a person, place, or thing. Mindy ran for class president. She ran for class president, so she is taking the place of Mindy. The soccer players celebrated. They celebrated. The Eiffel Tower lit up the night sky. It lit up the night sky. Subjective pronouns. Subjective pronouns are pronouns that take the place of the subject of a sentence. The subject of a sentence is the thing that does something in a sentence or the thing that is something in a sentence. For example, Terry rides his bike. Terry is doing something. He's riding his bike. The tree is the tallest in the forest. The tree is something in the sentence. Some subjective pronouns are I, you, he, she, it, we, they, what, and who. For example, I climbed a mountain. You gave me an apple. I and you are the subjective pronouns. He went to the store instead of Prashant went to the store. Genevieve won the swimming competition. Genevieve is replaced with she. It was raining. Cameron and I danced all night. Cameron and I is replaced with we. Tay and Phil come from the city. Tay and Phil is replaced with they. What happened? Who did this? Objective pronouns. An objective pronoun is a pronoun that takes the place of the object of a sentence. The object of a sentence is the thing that something happens to in a sentence. For example, Sasha hit the ball. What is getting hit? The ball. So the ball is the object. Jeremy carried the bouquet of flowers. The bouquet of flowers is being carried. So that is the object. Some objective pronouns are me, you, him, her, it, us, them, whom, and that. For example, the pile of blankets fell on me. I waved to you. Please tell Jack I want to see Jack. No, that sounds a little funky, so we're going to take out Jack and we're going to replace it with him. We went over to help Kim. Could change Kim to her. No one could believe the story. Could take out the story and add it. He took Tim and me to the park. Could take Tim and me and replace it with us. She explained the history to the group of tourists, or she explained the history to them. He was a friend whom she met in Kenya. I need to move the tree. We could take out the tree and replace it with that. Possessive pronouns. Possessive pronouns show that something belongs to someone. Some possessive pronouns are mine, yours, his, hers, ours, and theirs. For example, the last piece of pizza is mine. I think this dirty sock is yours. Yours can be singular or plural. This is the same as just the word they. They can also be singular or plural. We use it whether one person owns something or many people own it together. David wanted everyone to know the new puppy was his. Maria's mother told her that one day the ring would be Maria's. Take out Maria, replace it with hers. Are these seats ours? I'm sorry, this cake is the Mitchells. Cross off the Mitchells, and we can replace it with theirs. Inappropriate shifts. An inappropriate shift is using the wrong pronoun to replace a noun. There are two kinds. The first one is a wrong number. A wrong number is when the sentence has either a pronoun that should be plural, replacing a noun that's singular, or a pronoun that should be singular, replacing a noun that's plural. Okay, plural means more than one, singular means just one. So every time I go to the beach, we get a hot dog. That's not right because I is singular and we is plural. So is it just me or is it a group of people? Every time we go to the beach, we get hot dogs. So now I know it's a group of people. It's the same across the board. We're going to skip this example because it's actually incorrect. And we're going to move over here. Inappropriate shift number 2, wrong case. A wrong case is when a sentence uses the wrong type of pronoun, such as incorrectly using an objective pronoun when the sentence calls for a subjective pronoun. For example, it's possible to use both I and me to write about myself. It's possible to use both he and him to write about my dad, but they don't go to the same place in a sentence. I and he are subjective. They belong as the subject of a sentence. Me and him are objective. They belong as the object of a sentence. For example, me want an ice cream cone. Me is an object. Me here is not acting as an object, it's acting as a subject. So we need to use I. I want an ice cream cone. I'm going over to see he. Now, when we use he as a pronoun, that should be a subject, but here it's acting as an object. So we need to replace it and make it him. I'm going over to see him. Other pronoun problems, vague pronouns. A vague pronoun is where it's not clear what the pronoun is replacing. So everyone gets confused. For example, Jared's brother wondered if he was fast enough to win the race. Who is the he in the sentence, Jared or his brother? Nobody knows. Abby wanted to get a new scooter because it was cool. Is it cool to have the scooter, or is the scooter cool? Nobody knows. To fix a vague pronoun, be specific. Make sure nobody can get confused by what you're saying. Examples. Jared's brother wondered if Jared was fast enough to win the race. Or, Jared's brother wondered if he himself was fast enough to win the race. Abby wanted to get a new scooter because owning a new scooter was cool. Or, Abby wanted to get a new scooter because the scooter was cool. Compound pronouns. A compound pronoun is a combination of pronouns used as a subject or object of a sentence. For example, I made enough bracelets for you and your friends. When we refer to ourselves alone, we usually use I. We say I went to the store. We don't say me went to the store. But when we add in another person, sometimes things get mixed up. For example, me and Hannah went to the store. That's not correct. To fix a compound pronoun, first, take out the other person. You're going to see if that works. Me went to the store. You can see right away it's not correct. So change it to the proper case. I went to the store. Now add the other person back in. Hannah and I went to the store. Works like magic. But how do we know to put Hannah first? In general, when using compound pronouns, all pronouns except I come before the noun in the sentence. For example, he and Cheryl read the same book. The pronoun he is placed before the noun Cheryl. If the same sentence were written with the pronoun I, we would put I last. Cheryl and I read the same book. An easy way to remember this is think about your manners. Always put others before I.